mixture word problems. The next type of word problem that we're going to deal with are word problems involving mixture. Let's just read an example. How many gallons of a 12% salt solution must be mixed Now this problem is awfully wordy, and what we want to do is try to organize this. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a picture of what's going on. Now it doesn't matter if you're an artist or not. I'm going to draw maybe little glasses or beakers to represent 3 different containers. To another one, and I'm going to get, maybe I'll draw this one a little bigger since there will be more liquid in this one. So I'm going to add it with 6 gallons of 20% salt solution, and I'm going to obtain a 15% salt solution. Well, what we want to do, first of all, is try to define our variable. I'm going to let x equal number of gallons so this container (12%) to refer to that this has 12% salt in it. Well, of 20%. And what I'm going to obtain then is a 15% salt solution. Now the question we want to ask ourselves right now is how many gallons are there going to be here? Well, if I have x gallons here, I'm going to add x gallons to 6 gallons, then I must have a total of x plus 6 gallons. And it should make a little more sense to us now. How many gallons of a 12% salt solution must be added to a 6-gallon container of 20% salt solution to obtain 15% salt? Okay. Well, these are actually quite easy from now. Percent of this solution times the gallons. So remember, when we multiply percents, we change the percent to a decimal. And 12% is decimal. So 0.12 times x plus, this as a decimal is 0.20 times x plus 6. And there's our equation. Now notice this is a linear equation. Again, the variables all have a power of 1. Now let's remember how decimals. Well, if you don't know how to do that yet, you may want to refer back to the lecture on linear equations with decimals. For those of you who do, we multiply each piece of the problem, each term, by 100. And what that does, we multiply I'm going to get, when I multiply this one by 100, I get 20 times 6. Multiplying the last piece by 100, let me go ahead and put the 100 here. I get 15 times x plus 6. So the problem is coming. And now we'll just try to solve it. Let's see, let's go ahead and simplify. I've got 12x plus 120 equals, and I'll distribute, 15x x plus, let's see, what's that, 90? We want to combine like terms. How about if I move the x's over here? This side, but then my variable would have been negative. No big deal. It's just a preference I have. I like to try to keep my variables positive if I can. So on the left side I have 120 equals 3x. Let's just move the 90 to the other side. So I have 30 equals 3x, divide by 3. So x equals 10. Now what did we solve? Let's go back to the problem. To know how many gallons of a 12% salt solution must be added. So our answer was 10. That's what we came up with. 10 must be added to the 6 gallons of 20% to obtain the 15%. This one's a little different. Let's read the problem. How many liters of pure acid must be added to 150 liters of a 30% solution of acid to obtain a 40% solution? Most of these problems are all set up the same. They just change the wording a little bit. Let's go ahead and draw our same picture. We'll label it. Bigger container. Now, let's go ahead and figure out what our variable is going to be. How many I usually use x equal the amount acid. Okay. So there's going to be my pure acid. How many liters of pure acid? So added to 150 liters of 30%. Again, since I'm adding x to 150, the amount of liquid in this container is going to be x plus 150. Now notice, I have a missing piece right here. Now let's think about this. Well, what percent is pure acid? Well, pure acid is 100% acid. So whenever we see 100% of it is acid. We'll go, let's see, let's change this to a decimal. 100% times x, well 100% is just 1x plus 0.3 times 150 equals 0.40 times x plus 150. Well, I want to move the decimal places over, so I'll multiply everything by 100. Multiplying this. Now let's distribute. We have 100x plus, let's see, that's 4,500 equals, let's see, 4 times 15, what's that, 60? I think that's all correct. Let's continue. Terms. Let's see. I want to solve for x. Why don't we move the 40x's to the other side? Is equal to 6,000. $60x equals 1,500. Divide by 60. And 50 over 6, what's that? 6 goes into 1, let's try it. 25. So x equals 25 liters. So what did we? How many liters of pure acid, that's what we were trying to find, must be added to 150 liters of 30 with 25 liters is the design. Write the equation and solve.